Hello, D-Rock here, You First Outdoors. How is everyone? Hope you are all well. So I'm back for a follow-up video, a little review of a boot that I am personally fond of. It is the Salomon Quest 4D GTX boot. I'm still under the opinion that the boot is fantastic. I think they're great boots. And I'm not going to really go over the specifics of the boot because I've done that in the first video. I'm just going to actually show what a year of hard use does to the boot. So this will be a pretty quick video, but these are brand new. They've been used once. These are Jen's. These are mine. These are a year old and have been used very much. I've done canyons, mostly dry canyons, a lot of off-trail hiking, and summited quite a few peaks with these boots, including the La Malinche peak down in Mexico. So still impressed with the boot, but let me take a minute to show you what the wear looks like after a year of hard use. So let's start at the top here, and just for comparison, put these together. The first thing that I've noticed that goes on the boot is this here, that front toe guard, the rubber. It always, like, I've had two of these boots for the last 2 years, and that's the first thing that goes, is that just peels off, and it happens pretty soon. In my experience, both pairs of boots I had, this occurred pretty quickly, but it doesn't really do anything to the function of the boot. As you can see, the tip's still there. This area, as compared to the new one, pretty good condition. So after a year, let's look at side by sides here. So one thing that's happening finally after a year is the stitching starting to come out right there, versus you can see how this one's fine. And we'll look at that tread there, the new one, versus mine that's seen a lot of use. So this new pair, Jen used them once on a 13-mile hike we just did, and no break-in required, no blisters, pretty good terrain, and coming down 1,500 feet off the face of Red Mountain there, and no foot problems. So you really don't need a break-in period with these boots. I mean, they're good to go right out the box, at least in our experience. Let me show you what the tread looks like after a year of hard use. Come on, hang there. All right, let's look at the new one here. Been used once, and nope, I did not clean the boots, as you can see, because who's got time for that? The tread's good. I like the tread on them. They're meaty, man. Now let's have a look directly at my pair that have just been worked hard. Still some tread left, not really as aggressive after a good year. You start to see this heel though, it's pretty much kicked. Yeah, there's chunks coming out of that. And if we go to a side view here, let's look over. You can see after one good day of usage on this one on the side, not too much. Now let's go over to mine after a year. Look at that, shredded, baby. See that? Check that out compared to the new. And like I need to reiterate, I have used the hell out of these boots. And now, finally, let's look at the back there. All right, here's looking at the back. Now this is new, been used once, you can see. And let's go over to the boot that is a year old, heavily used. All the stitching still intact back here. That heel though, wow, that heel is toast, man. Don't got much left in that one. All right, here's looking at the new one. The right side of the boot, that's new. And then down to the year-old, heavily used boot. All the stitching, for the most part, is still intact. This is pretty good on this boot. On the other boot, the stitching was finally starting to come out on this. That's impressive. Now let's look at that side tread, the new boot. And then back over to the heavily used boot. Ooh, shredded. These are the original laces. They didn't pop. I tend to get, me personally, a little over a year of hard usage out of the boot before, as you can see, the thing that fails the most is the soles, the tread. Tread just comes apart. So that's my big problem with the boot. You can see both boots, the heels have just eaten it. And maybe, I don't know, that's my walking that's doing that, but the front end, toe cap, still in good condition. I mean, a little chewed up on the edges, but like I said in the beginning of the video, that's the first thing that generally starts peeling off, is that toe cap. But actually, you can see it's still, I mean, it's still there. And then you can see that tread again coming back to the chewed up heel, which just, I mean, you can start to peel it off. Now, so are the boots worth the $230 price tag? You know, that's just going to be that's going to have to be up to you, I guess. To me, I think they are. They definitely worked well for me. The ankle support was fantastic. I've used the boot carrying lots of weight, and I mean, I've really used them. This is not a boot that I used, you know, every couple months. It was in every outing I was wearing these. So I mean, and another factor may be that the terrain I'm in. I'm not in you know, like nicely padded trails and forests. I'm a lot of off trail, a lot of sharp, jagged rock, which is slicing the tread, the soles up to pieces. That could have a lot to do with it too. So I suppose it all depends on where you're using the boot as well. I don't think they would be good for, well, actually, you know, I recently did a hike, and you can watch the video of half the hike, 6 miles or so, was in snow. The other half was in mud and water for the most part, and my feet were dry for the most part. I mean, your feet are going to sweat, right? Not cold. So good boots. There you have it, folks. Brand new, 1 year old Salomon Quest 4D GTX. Chewed up heels, new heels. Let's take one last look at that tread, huh? On the new boots. Pretty meaty. And year-old boots. Still got some traction on them. Not so much on the sides. And the heels, of course, chewed up. So for the most part, everything else on the boot has held up well. All the eyelets and everything, none of these popped out or broke off. The original lacing, I didn't pop a lace. That's pretty cool. Tongue didn't shred or anything. So other than the heel part and the sides of the tread or the sole there, everything's held up remarkably well. All right, folks, thank you very much for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Support for the channel is greatly appreciated. Stay safe out there. D-Rock out. We'll see you next time.